say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away, make me feel away. Shorty so damn dangerous, fuck me like
And we back. We got our special guest today, no other than Tim.
That's it, that's all? Like, that's it, that's all?
Nothing else.
It's Tim? Okay.
And we got a finally new member of the whole podcast team.
Ebony.
Here we go. Now let's get into it, man. I know this has been a lot of stigma been going on. That's why she laughing, because she hot seat. But we gonna get right into it. Relationship goals. What's the stigma behind it? Why do social media make it feel like everybody's like perfect? Break it down to me. I'm gonna start with you, Tim.
She just got it.
You might as well take a sip of that, my brother.
Hold on real quick.
Because you married.
I am married.
So, I mean, you've
that's
been
right.
there before and after. So I need to know.
Relationship goals. Everybody want a Sierra's prayer right now.
Yeah.
But really, what's your prayer for yourself? You know what I mean? But go back to social media and relationship goals. I think now, like with the younger generation, they see a lot of things that's going on social media and what celebrities are doing or reality stars are doing. But they're not going back to what their grandparents were doing before social media, what their parents were doing with social media, because they think reality TV is that's how they living. They're not living based on morals of what their grandparents and great-grandparents, the generations before them. So that's why I think, a lot of folks, a little bit younger than us, they get confused with what a real relationship is and what is it really based off of.
They like the ratchetness.
They like the ratchetness, yeah.
And they see a picture in the end goal and don't realize what everything it took to get to that point where they in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower type thing. They don't,
because it's like Jay-Z and Beyonce said, of course go down with this $1 million in the elevator, you know what I mean? Like really be going down to get to the point that they are right now. And even when they at that point, they only showing you what they want us to see. You know what I mean? They're not showing what Jay said. They're not showing you what, what happened 10 minutes before that post went up on Instagram.
10 minutes.
You know what I mean? So.
I don't know about that. I feel like now people are putting even their negative business out there. Like the whole the baby and Danny Lay and all that stuff. Like we're not just seeing like all the Birkin bags and the cars and stuff. We seeing like the bad stuff too, like flat out. Like they putting their own business out there and they be telling people don't be in their business. I never understood that. That's just me, but it's just the truth.
Then you're giving people the opportunity to quote unquote get canceled.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, then you feel bad. Now you losing your money because people don't want to rock with you because what you did to that significant other at that time.
Yeah.
So.
But you, like you said, you think. We gotta think about like our generation, and you think about kids that's younger than us. They don't pay that stuff no mind. They're not thinking about what the baby said. They just see the material things.
Right.
And what this person is doing for the next person. Oh, this person, they on a PJ. Oh, they on a yacht. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a big fact.
Social media is a game. And being a social media strategist by profession.
Yeah, strategy. It's a tool.
Oh yeah, it's all a marketing tool at the end of the day. Like he dropped a song like a week later, a few days later, like just doing
it's a
it.
game. So even in the marriage portion, I don't know if they still do this, but sometimes you have a famous celebrity, another famous celebrity. Let's combine our brands. How we gonna do that?
Yeah.
Maybe if we get married, it's gonna last a certain amount of time. But now I have your fans, you have my fan base, and we're all good until
that's a fact.
We're not. It's a game. Like so, when the kids see this whole relationship goes through, they want to be like them, they want to be like them. It's like that's what they plan for. Yeah. That's the marketing scheme.
I mean,
that's
but
the pull.
marriage has always been, I want to say, like a business. That's why a lot of people don't do it like the legal way because they just see like if you put a paper to it, it's not real.
Has it always been a business?
I mean, no, but it's what it turned into. So people,
It's expensive to get divorced too.
Exactly.
Super
So it's a
expensive.
business. It's like it's a hustle.
It was-
So,
Nah, we ain't getting no divorce. We gonna live in 2 different rooms.
It's forever, right? It's forever, dog.
Ain't no divorce,
Ain't
man.
no divorce. But it was made a business though. They made it a business. All right, during slave times, we didn't have paper.
We jumped the broom.
We jumped the broom.
Right.
So they turned that into, well, let's keep these black people from getting married. Let's keep these black people from marrying white people. So now you got to go to the court. You got to get this paperwork done. You don't have access to no court.
Right. Black people don't like going.
Right.
Black people don't like going at work.
Right. So it wasn't always a business. Sometimes it was, initially it was, I love her. I want to be with her. This, I want to be for the rest of my life. So let's go ahead and jump the broom. Some people still do that though.
Yeah.
I think that's the only basis for it.
I mean, there's certain morals that people stand by, that they pass down to generation to generation. And some people get lost in the sauce, you know what I mean? So, but I kind of want to touch on, kind of want to change the lane a little bit. Let me ask y'all this though: do your past relationships affect what happens to the future ones? Like as far as
if you don't heal from them.
Yeah.
That is. I was just about to say.
Everything in your past.
Yeah, everything in your past.
If you don't heal from it, it will
That's
definitely
right.
follow you.
Past trauma, trust issues.
Very
And
ghetto.
it doesn't got to be like past relationships. It can just be your upbringing and stuff like
That
that.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that could affect relationships. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not just past relationships. It can be past friendships.
Yeah.
Folks that family members, or whatever the case is. It'll all eventually, especially once you're trying to grow with somebody. You know what I mean? Like because even though you think you found yourself, you really never found yourself until you find that person that's going to point you out.
Yeah.
You either,
Especially if you have 2 different upbringings or 2, you know what I mean? Like, it's all gonna come out eventually.
right. You either take the route of doing exactly what was modeled for you, or what was modeled for you was so bad or was just so against what you grew up to love.
Right.
You like, oh no, I'm gonna go the total opposite. And on either side, sometimes, like you said, you don't really know yourself in those situations. So it's, I'm gonna do exactly what my dad did. Well, your partner doesn't need what your dad did for your mom or even for you.
Exactly.
So how do you?
Because you ain't done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I experienced that sometimes as adults we fail to double back and say, let me figure this out because I want to be with this person. We just say, oh, forget it. I'm done and I'm gonna walk away from it.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Even like the past stuff that you do to people affects your relationship.
I feel like it's karma.
Because
It'll come back to you.
it's you think people going to do to you what you did to others, and that's never really the case, especially if you know who you're dealing with. So
Because you have that wall up sometimes, so it's just like it's a defense mechanism. Like, oh, all right. But I
Wall is always there.
I think a wall is probably more dangerous than anything.
Yeah.
It just automatically leads to bad juju. Just bad
it
juju.
does. It does.
When you put that wall up, I feel like it stops you from being the person you are, and then if it stops them from being the person that they want to be, it's you hurting yourself and you hurting that person.
At the end of the day.
But sometimes you just don't really realize that until that person, like, you know what? You.
Oh, you talking about you don't realize? You say like people
And
don't
then
realize
you're
that you
like,
put a wall up?
Yeah, like sometimes you just don't really realize that. It has to be something major sometimes that happened, and then you realize, like, damn, like this is how I was really acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like people go through trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
They always go through they don't really realize what's going on until after the fact.
Yeah.
Like I know I had a conversation with J-Mo like last week about we don't really know why we're in that moment. But the J-Mo was like, nah, like you should know because you should know better. But sometimes you just don't know.
You should know better. I don't know. Like,
It's not exactly what I said, but
yeah, but it's like it was something like that. But that's how I took it because it's like, yo, when you in that moment, feelings, you got all these emotions, you got all this stuff going on, so you just reacting.
People are highly self-aware though.
Yes.
Like a lot of people out here are not highly self-aware.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It don't matter if you 18, 20, 30, 44. You got people that's 50 that don't even know.
they don't get it.
So it's like you can't really compare, or I won't say or whatever. So it's like to me, I just be confused about everything. I just like, you know what? I just be like, all right, I just kind of observe it, look at it, and then learn from it. everybody's not perfect. I'm not saying yo, you supposed to be with her or you supposed to be with him or like nah, like I know that ain't gonna work out. Cause it's what it is. That's crazy. I ain't know it ain't gonna work out. Like for instance, like people like I know it's true love off first sight. Some people know it, some people don't know it.
Sometimes you just gotta be open enough.
I don't believe none of that shit.
You believe in love at first sight?
J-Mo do.
Talk your stuff, baby. I believe you. Come on, we there, my brother.
Do you believe in love at first
I
sight?
believe in love at first sight. I believe in love at the first encounter of
Facts.
hanging out, but
Right.
not like I see you and I'm like, oh my god.
Like if I could chill with
No,
you,
not that.
like-
Not that. You gotta get
if
to
I
know
could
the
chill
person
with you
a little
one on
bit.
one,
So
I
that's
feel like the
not love at first
conversation
sight.
just
At
going.
the beginning of love at first sight, like you just met, boom.
Boom.
Nah.
And then you.
That's not
I
first
think,
sight.
I think for
The
women and
conversation
guys,
is
like
different,
women
bro.
and guys is different.
It
Like
is.
a woman knows, like
Yeah.
from a conversation, it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's what I was gonna say.
Conversation.
this is finna go somewhere right
Yeah,
here.
right.
You know what I mean? And even though like we be knowing too, but we ain't gonna say shit. We gonna let that shit ride.
Let's talk about that.
And see how
Let's unpack that because
I mean, I ain't gonna.
it's giving very much like, why don't you say anything?
I ain't gonna say
even
nothing.
even like
But
with
why
my
don't y'all
wife,
say anything?
Like even with my wife, right? Like
get
we
it.
was conversating, you know, we was talking. That's why I say it was conversating. But she said, like, she'll tell me, "Oh, nigga, we was in a relationship before I even knew it." Like, cause she knew off rip. You know what I mean? Like, she told me, like, I ain't got time for no other male friends. For me, I was like, oh, you kind of aggressive. You know what I mean?
That's that air reason.
So I like that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was just like, yo, we just kicking it, you know what I mean? We friends or whatever the case is. But like as time went on, we was talking to each other for a while through social media or whatever the case is. But it's just like, you know, it's just, I was between, you know, here in Miami and everything like that. So I was like, I'm not really thinking anything really into it, you know what I mean? But then it's like, when we actually went out with each other, it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
You think
I
so?
feel like we know.
We
just
do
don't
be
wanna
knowing,
act.
but
Why don't y'all?
We
but
know,
why-
but we
my
can't play it
question is, why don't y'all say something a little earlier?
Sometimes you don't open that gate into
Well, why don't? Okay.
because that,
Don't,
I guess,
mine is him. Why don't I
J-Lo
do
is
that?
different. J-Lo is different.
you know, it could be like, all right, it's that,
Not ready.
I'm not ready, but it's just like, oh, nigga, like I'm a dude. Like I ain't gonna come out be the first one to say
I'm not
I
saying
love
you gotta. I'm not saying you gotta be a whole.
It's
I'm
the
not
thrill.
saying you gotta be a whole female.
It's the temptation.
But you gotta give a little bit of
It's
something.
like it's like when you, like for instance, everybody know. We all know what's up. Like I be like, all right, I know you the one. But I ain't about to say it first. I see some people take it as a game. Some people take it like, nah, I don't want to be the first one out there. It's still childish stuff.
So have you feel like you come across the one, but you just haven't said it yet?
We might have to take a shot on that.
Hey, that's funny because me and him just had a conversation
OD,
about
yo.
this a couple days ago. Like it was a long ride home.
All right, home, yo.
And we had a conversation, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm just not gonna say nothing.
Hey, I'm talking about. I was at the cigar lounge with him. I'm talking about. I got the one-on-one like lesson. Like I came here to smoke a cigar. He was like, no, bro, you gotta do it like this, yo. You be the girl like this, you gotta do it. I'm like, yo.
But it
Can I
made
take
him
a
realize
puff
some
first?
stuff.
Yeah, it gave me like realization, like yo, it's not like it's more me than her, you know what I mean, or that person. It don't matter. So it's like I have to like realize that I got to put more effort into certain things. For instance, hey, what you doing Sunday? Don't worry about cancel your plan. We out.
They like that.
You know what I'm saying?
We like that.
You know what I'm saying?
But y'all don't do that.
We don't
Y'all
do
do,
it.
but y'all don't do that.
So
Certain dudes don't.
Y'all, all of y'all,
Everyone. I do it, but I ain't gonna speak for anybody else.
no.
That's why you married.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know that's right.
but I think like with us, it was just like when we had the conversation, it made him realize like certain things. Like it don't have to be nothing extravagant. Like it'd be something so small. It's making the initiative. Like even if that person don't want to do it, it's just like, oh well, he thought of it. You know what I mean? It's just like that person think of certain things that you like, even though you're not thinking about it at the time. But that person, she knows what you like. You know, she knows what you're into. So she's gonna make the conscious effort to try to make sure, you know, we doing something that you like, not just watching, just not Netflix and chilling. You know?
Because not everybody's into that. But we're gonna get into these breaks. You're right back.
Hi, I am Jessica Kidd, founder of House of Bombshell, beauty and lifestyle brand based right here in Baltimore, Maryland, and salon owner of House of Bombshell Beauty Parlor. Shop with us online at www.thehouseofbombshell.com and unleash your inner bombshells today.
You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away, make me feel away. Shorty so damn dangerous, fuck me like I'm famous, yeah. I've been so impatient.
Yo, J-Mo, hit us with the quote of the day.
I like being about one person.
Dang.
All about one person.
All about one person.
All about one person.
How you feel, Janae?
I agree. I mean, I feel like.
But what does the Aries in you say? Just playing.
I am mature now. No, I definitely agree with that. Especially now, I feel like, like you're, putting your focus and your energy in the right places. I feel like it's very crucial. So it's not that like you don't have other people who are interested in you or vice versa, but it's like I feel like when you find somebody that you rock with, vibe with, they check off, those first couple things. Definitely like that one-on-one. It's like if you're not gonna give that person like your time and attention, how are you even gonna be able to know if you can cultivate anything with longevity if your attention is everywhere? So yeah. Definitely.
No, shagging and dragging it's too much energy.
Writing a book.
It is a lot.
It's a lot of energy.
Like you said, they writing a book.
Writing a book, so writing a book, so over here. How you feel, Evan? I know you got something to say about that.
No, I really agree because I can't give my energy to multiple people. I can't, not mentally, not sexually, not intimately. Like I can't do it because I'm having a conversation with one and then I gotta go and I gotta have that same conversation. I'm agitated. I gotta tell two people what my favorite color is. I'm agitated.
Period.
Yeah.
Like that's annoying. I don't have the energy to sit at the table with a different person from Tuesday to Thursday. Like that's just too much.
Literally.
And I can't. I have too much going on to give the same energy to multiple people. I totally agree with Janae. I can't have one-on-one with you and decide if I want to be with you if I'm one-on-one over here trying to decide if I'm doing it with him. I can't.
But if you're the ultimate dragger, you gonna figure.
I'm not the ultimate dragger.
Have you ever dragged before?
I am a Cancer. My heart is to love. That's it. That's it. All I want to do is love.
Have you dragged before?
Yeah, and it didn't end well.
Oh shit.
It didn't end
I've
well.
noticed this too, though. That like, and I don't know if there's like a legit correlation between the two, but I've noticed that like when people are like here, there, like with talking to this one person, that person, it is also reflective of like their own personal life. Like they are kind of jumbled up all over the place, like in their own personal pursuits and stuff. And usually like, when you kind of like, I'm not gonna say like all the time, like when a person is focusing on one person, like they're, focused in their own space, but it mimics itself. Like it kind of, I feel like one kind of gives space for the other. You know what I mean?
It does.
So,
it's like if your home life is in shambles.
Yeah.
Your work life is like in shambles, and your relationship is like in shambles.
Should have been a
Damn,
If you aren't organized at home, if your room is a mess, your living room, your dining room, if your kitchen if all of that stuff is a mess, when you get to work, your office is like a mess. You got papers, you got trash, you have this, and then you go to your relationship and you don't
It's the
know.
same way.
Yeah, it's all.
No,
It does.
No, dragging.
It's all just.
That's my favorite emoji. The trash.
Yeah, it's trash. It's a blob of. It's just too much.
No, and then the guy that actually, so say this guy that actually likes you, he feels it.
Right.
Like he knows better, especially if you're dealing with multiple guys. Like I yelled at this when I put this on IG, but I don't know what you call it. I have discernment, energy reading, whatever. But if a young lady that I like is dealing with other guys, I can tell who she's dealing with. I may not know the guy, but there's certain mannerisms she picks up. Certain things she says. Certain things she picks up. So now,
her energy.
It's just
But what if that person is shagging and dragging as well? So y'all just.
then there's a whole cluster of.
It's a mess.
Right.
It's getting very much so you have to cut it off.
And then I have to figure out if I'm falling in love with a man or her.
period. Wait,
So,
wait.
right, no. So
Wait,
I
wait.
asked, no, hold on. I asked,
Repeat that again.
I have to
Wait,
figure out
wait.
if I fall in love with a man or her.
Because is he falling in love with her as an individual,
Or
or
those
is
characteristics of that man she's
that she's presented
Oh,
to
I
show?
see.
So
I
I
see.
want, when I tell you,
like that.
I want her, I don't want anything else from your past. You figure out you first, then I'm gonna deal with you.
But I think a lot of women, I'm not gonna say a
Talk your
lot of
shit,
women,
boy.
but
I should have took that.
I think
Big facts.
some women go into relationships, and sometimes when they get into a relationship with a certain dude, they base a lot of things
Off their last one.
off their past
Yes,
relationship.
Yeah.
but they may not need to. It's different.
Exactly.
So it's hard. Like some lessons you learn, you don't have to use with the right one. Like how to guard your heart. You don't have to use that with the right
with
one.
the right one.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But that goes back to the last topic, that trauma. You know what I mean? That trauma. It goes back to that trauma when you're going into a
Right, and don't
relationship.
let both of y'all have trauma. It's a mess.
Exactly.
It's even worse.
y'all can work together through that, right?
You can't.
Depends on the
Oh,
person.
but you gotta be willing.
You gotta be willing.
It's like
don't have no
both
ball. You
people
trying to
have
work
to
through
be like. It's like, how can I explain it? Like, both people have to be in the
Into
same
it.
mindset
Yeah,
at the same time. You get what I'm saying? On the same frequency. Like, in order for it to like even work, because you could literally have the greatest of intentions,
Right.
but if that person is self-sabotaging or has past trust issues,
Right.
or think everybody's out to get them, then they going to look at your efforts as and like you moving with.
For me,
I know.
for me personally,
Talk your shit.
for me personally, when it comes to somebody I genuinely like, I will go like full force. Like nothing else matters. Like especially if I'm with you every single day, nothing else matters. But if I don't feel that same energy, it gets cut off real quick, and I might go back to my dragon status. Not because I want to, not because I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do this to hurt their feelings. It's just because like it's showing me you really don't care. You're not really trying to get in. I'm trying to let you in because I don't let everybody in. When I let you in,
Yeah.
you better walk through the door because it's getting very slim, boo. Like the door will close. So
Yeah.
But speaking on that dragon, let's get a little deeper. Is it
You're making me nervous. You're making me nervous.
So, got a question for y'all. Is it hard, like for real, keep it a buck, is it hard for you to stay loyal? Like temptations?
No.
Like what's up
No,
with that?
it's like if I see no. It's
If you
not.
come in, you gonna make me feel
I'm
like
thinking
I'm
of your smile every moment of the day.
feel
Like
bad.
no,
Like,
like
If you're giving me all the energy,
That was what you was talking to the car the other day when we was riding home. That's what you was saying. That's why I said she's not gonna do this to me, boo. Like, she's not making me feel bad. Not when you sitting in the car.
I think the guys are more guys are supposedly more logical. So at the point where because I love you becomes the logic, I'm good. So every time I go out, says so you're trying to talk to me, I'm not talking to her because I love you.
I'm like
so are
this.
you
I'm
saying
flip-
that?
I'm-
Are you
I'm
saying
flipping my
that
phone
when
over.
men?
Look, nigga, I'm married.
Like,
I be oblivious to everything. You know what I mean? Like I don't be paying that. It kind of go over my head. Like my wife even saying like, hey, did you just not realize what you just did or whatever the case is? I'm like, nah, not really. Like, I'm just there. I'm just there.
Oh, if somebody try to talk to you,
Yeah.
you're just talking back.
Yeah.
so y'all saying that
Conversation. I don't got a
It's just a
problem.
but the thing is, like, you're not.
Not cognitive.
I laugh at it. I think it's funny. I'm like, oh,
The
good
shit
job.
is like, it's funny when you realize it, but then it's like, but at the moment, like you're not really thinking about that. Like, oh, this person is like trying to see what's up.
But you know what you got at home though, so you're not going nowhere.
Right.
Yeah, you do. But you know,
So are y'all saying that when men lead with their feelings, that's when
That's when
the temptation.
When that feeling becomes the logic. Right. Then that's when
It's just like you got
right? But when that's
Yeah,
not the logic, that's
That's
when
not the logic.
then it's all over the place.
Other options can overtake.
that makes sense.
Cause it's like I ain't gonna lie, like if you out and about and you see a girl, of course, I mean, people are attractive. So let's keep it about. Like you ain't about to sit here and be like, oh, she's not pretty, or he's not handsome. So of course, if that person comes up to you, be like, how you doing? It's two ways you can go about it. So it's like either yes or no. But if you entertain it a little bit, it's a yes though.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like either way, that's like considered as like what, cheating, or considered as like what?
what if you
It's
say
not
yes
really,
to boundaries?
That's
It's
what boundaries.
a
That's what I'm saying.
boundary, not cheating. You just misstepped a boundary. Like, I don't think it's cheating.
I think that, like, if you're at the bar and you're having a conversation with someone, like someone comes up to you, they're having a conversation, you're entertaining that conversation, that's one thing. But when you take it to the next step of, like,
what's the next step?
Getting numbers, getting Instagram, all of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, that's too far.
Or even if the conversation goes left, like, it's just when you have to, like, dead it. Like,
Right,
I don't believe in being, like, a dick just because I'm in a relationship with somebody.
No,
you know what
no.
I mean? Yeah, it's like, you gotta.
We can sit at the, I can go to the bar with my girls and hang out with my girls and have a conversation with a male and leave the bar without feeling like I need to get his number or feeling like, and that conversation doesn't have to be anything. I can laugh with him, I can talk to him, I can joke around with him without leaving that bar like, oh, I'm coming back here next Thursday again because I want to see
Oh no, that's when you have bad intentions. That's bad.
That's when those feelings are now overpowering that proper logic. That J-Mo this shit.
I can't even hear you in the club. I ain't got time to be talking about it.
No, to be honest, I use it to like, yo, follow that boy got knowledge page.
Okay.
You want to see me again? Go ahead.
Go follow that boy got
knowledge.
Look, self-advertising. That's what I be doing. I be like, people ask like, what's your Instagram? I say, follow the brand. Follow boy got knowledge brand.
I'm gonna start doing that. Start going to the club. Like, here you go.
That's how you use
it.
Think about it, which one is you in here?
Like, I don't know. Here it is.
But it goes back to like what John said. Like, it's just like us as dudes. It's just like, because we be having.
We be blind sometimes.
We be blind, but how do we avoid that temptation? Like, even though you might got a situation back home,
That's up to you.
it's like,
That's up to you.
You don't put yourself.
You don't put yourself in that situation.
But sometimes the devil puts you in that
that's up to
situation.
you.
No. I'm just saying, sometimes it's like that though. Sometimes
There's always a way of escape. So it's not.
it is a way of escape, but sometimes when you in that moment, like it goes back to what I was saying.
A way of escape. You just have to be.
It goes back to what I was saying to you earlier though. I said sometimes when you in that moment, that's what happens.
But you still got to be sober minded about it.
Right. You gonna so if a shorty asks for you for your number, you just gonna give it to her?
No, that's different.
You giving it?
it's not even about giving you a number. Like, hey, yo, let's meet up at this spot next week or whatever the case is. It's just like, for us, we feel like temptation is gonna always be around.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And it's the same thing for y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
And for y'all, it's even easier because
some of the other things every day.
exactly for y'all it's easy, but sometimes like us, we
It's
not.
just ghetto. It's real ghetto. It's
Yeah,
real ghetto.
it's us. We just sit there like it's just dead. Like some people see it as a game. For instance, we got some dudes out here that
They like the chase.
they like the chase.
Yeah, it's a chase.
It's a game for
Cat
them.
and mouse.
So, but I'm saying I can't sit here and say we because we got Jimmo here. So I just gotta say like yo, some guys out here.
You got me too, man.
Yeah, well, you don't even count. I don't even talk about him. You feel me? But I was like, yo, sometimes it's the chase. So it's like, all right, I want to see if I still got it.
You're gonna chase yourself.
Yeah.
I want to see.
that's fine.
I want to see if I still
Like,
got
I
it.
wanna
Some
see
people,
if I-
like I said, some people go to the club to the wedding
That's
ring
why a
off.
lot of people
Like
spend
I
the
said,
bin too to see
right,
if they
still
got
got it.
But the
You
thing
don't
is,
even
like
have
with
to take your
dudes,
wedding
I
ring off.
noticed like you don't
They
even
don't
Oh, they love it. We got the wedding ring on.
Yeah, you don't gotta take your wedding ring off. Like
You don't.
It's like, oh shit, like I got another girl, woman's nigga. You know what I mean? Like, and that shit them off for real. Like they like shit like that.
Like Friday night, literally Friday
crazy,
night,
though.
I was out, and the girl, this girl had, when I say a rock on her finger, like her fiance did an amazing job. I mean, and I'm like watching her across the bar, and she's literally standing there like this, and dude is like pressing her. And she's like, no, I'm engaged. And he, like, the whole, it went on for like 7 minutes, and I'm standing there like, do I need to say that?
Right.
Like, does she need help? Because he was literally just like, and I could see her saying like, I'm engaged. I've been engaged for X amount of time. Like, I could literally, like, I was reading her lips.
But was she doing that for attention though? Like,
no, she was literally standing there waiting for the bartender, and then dude turned around like trying to talk to her, and then she said, "No, I'm not interested. I'm engaged." And like, but she was minding her business.
Like,
she was literally minding her business.
Some dudes do that because they're under that thought process of you're still single until you're married. So until you
That's
are.
the dumbest shit.
No.
You are. You're saying that.
No, not me.
You got a ring. It's over, child.
Like you technically are.
You are.
Yeah, but that's
Their
stupid.
engagement can
No, if you put a ring on my
finger,
finger, that's it. There's no more. No, anybody got time for that shit.
For that.
That's how I. Sorry,
I agree. Like the moment you slip,
Right, the moment you slip it on the finger, child, that's it.
at the fingertip.
This is
Moment
yours.
it slipped.
The nail
This
bed.
is yours.
Hey, so before we start going to the next topic, I want to ask y'all these questions real quick.
The answer is no.
For everybody. For everybody. Have y'all ever been in love before?
Yep.
If so, do you think it was love, or do you think it was lust or puppy love? Like, give me one of your little stories. Like, not stories, just give me one like before we go into the break. I'll start with you first.
Of course you would.
Yeah, because my man on the spotlight tried to give him episode 1 last season, but he wasn't trying to cop the deuce.
So, have you been in love?
Yeah.
Spill the tea.
Definitely have. It was full blown. So I just know because I know that's what it was. At a certain point, nothing and nobody else mattered. I had that mindset of because I love her, nothing else mattered. I was at that point of I ain't so that was it for me.
It is. That's so cute. I love that.
Yes, sir.
No, I would say it was more so puppy love because I feel like what I know now about like real like legit love, like it's patient, you know what I mean? It's like it's not flighty, it's not manipulative and all that other type of stuff. Like I feel like it was puppy love, but that doesn't mean I didn't like love someone before, but I don't know if I was like necessarily like in love.
Like deep love.
But if you was with that person now, you older and more mature, would you love that person?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like if we built that, that foundational and like,
He
everything
said
was
it's
good.
a difference between in love and
Love.
love.
Love being love.
Yeah.
Loving somebody.
So he said love, but are you really in love with that person?
Okay.
Oh. Ooh.
It depends.
I don't
That's
know.
right. Ooh.
I was gonna
I
say.
don't know.
Tap in.
I don't know.
Yeah, tap in on that for sure.
Actually, no. Because I feel like that in love. No, seriously, I feel like that in love feeling is when you're like, oh my gosh, like no one else in the world matters. And I feel like if I were to go back to any of those situations, it would be like
I can't.
like something in the back of my head. You know what I mean? Like on my shoulder, like kind of.
So you dealt with lust then. It sounds like you just dealt with a whole bunch of lust.
Lust. Yeah.
No.
Damn, what that shit is, child.
I know.
I know, just saying though, basically what you were telling me.
Love is ghetto.
Puppy love for lust.
No, puppy love is just like you just like it's
Infatuation with that person.
infatuated, but it's not lust though. It's like lust is like I look at lust differently. Like I look at lust as like I'm looking at you and I'm like undressing you with my eyes. Like puppy love is like
For the moment.
it's for the moment,
For
right?
guys, that lust goes away once.
Exactly.
You release.
Yes.
Once you release.
Right.
Yeah, once you
release the tension.
Once you release the tension, it's a done
You
deal.
no longer want her around.
Yeah.
That's the lust.
I can't even ask Tim this because he already, he done. Look
So
at
we
that.
on you now.
Yeah, facts.
Hold on, before we get to John, we'll be right back.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay.
Oh, you back. So I don't know, they try leaning on me next. But I mean, I have been in love before. It ain't work out. So
That's it?
I mean, it's just like,
But
yo.
you not being in love before, well, you being in love before,
Yeah.
and whatever happened before the past, does that affect what
Would you go back?
relationships now that you make
The
now?
way that you move now is that
It damn sure did affect the way I move.
they damn sure did. Put your foot down.
Yeah, it damn sure did. I'm more nonchalant now. I'm keeping it a buck. Nonchalant to myself, duck office, and quiet.
Yeah.
So-
But how does that help you though?
Yeah,
Like
I
trying
mean-
to get into another
It doesn't,
relationship.
so he protects his
I
heart.
protect my heart, but at the same time,
I protect it.
I protect it.
I protect
I protect it, boss.
Yes, boss.
But I'm saying like, yo, I mean, I'm big on family. I'm big on circles. So it's like when I let you in, that's when I actually give you an opportunity. But rarely people reach that limit now because it's like we talked about earlier. Like you got this wall up. I do got a wall up. I know I got some stuff I got to work on myself. I ain't perfect.
Okay.
You feel me? So at the end of the day, it's like it's still a learning process. I mean, I still date, I still try to figure out what's going on, but at the same time, I know what I want. So it's like, I'm not about to sit here like, nah, I can, like J-Mo said, like in the beginning, like, yo, I know, like, if I'm on a date with you, if I know you ain't it, I'm not about to waste no more time.
How long does that person gotta wait around though?
See, that's the problem I'm working on right now. See, it's a moving process.
At least you're working on it.
That's enough about me.
That's
up
growth.
there.
You know what that is? Growth.
Are any of you guys like friends with any of your exes?
No.
Yeah, I am.
I have a couple.
I am.
Nope.
I'm at peace.
Dead mission.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because, I mean, the way the relationship ended was genuinely my fault. And I didn't think they wanted to speak to me. I don't know what kind of glue I was putting on this mid-child.
Right?
But they wanted to. I know it. Look. I was young. Okay. I was bored. I was young. No, but for real, I feel like they see my growth and they kind of came back and spin the block. And they was just like, I understand like what you was going through. Because I was going through a lot when I was doing that stuff. Not saying it was right, but I was doing a lot. And there was a lot going on. So I feel like he kind of understood what was going on, and we kind of had like a come to Jesus meeting, and we was at peace about it. And now like we like besties, like we chilling. Like he respects the other relationships that I'm in, but you know we still the homie. We dated for my whole college career, like for real. Like I mean, living with him, like his people like looked out for me, all types of stuff. Like that's family now, and I can't change that. Like I like whatever relationship I get into, like they want to respect that. Like off the rip, like you want to respect that because that's family.
Oh, dang.
Oh wow, okay.
I feel you. We talked about me and we talked about it.
I respect it.
We was talking about that.
Nah, but like there's no feelings. I swear to God on everything I love. Like on my father. There's no feelings there. It's just genuine respect.
Say, hey.
Yeah,
But it's genuine respect though. Like,
I mean, I feel you.
We adults. We not kids no more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Lindsay, what you want for Christmas? You want to come over for dinner?
Nah, ain't no shit like ain't nothing like that. Nah.
Listen, I ain't spinning the block. hey, listen, like I'm not about to be friends with no exes.
I'm trying to literally think like, am I friends with my exes?
I'm just
I'm
friends with
not-
one.
You're not literally friends, but you
Like y'all cool, like we
I'm
like
saying, there's one ex where like we're cordial. Like if I see him out in public, it's
Right.
like, hey,
You
how
can have
you
a
been? How's your girl?
We don't like we don't talk that.
We're not talking on the phone.
Yeah, we don't
I'm
talk
not
that.
kicking it
Everything's
with
cordial.
him.
Everything's
But
cordial.
I will say there's one person who, over a time frame of a summer, we kicked it. We were never in a relationship.
Right.
But like that's the homie. Like we will call, we will go get drinks. Like that's it. And the person that I'm with will have to respect that.
Right.
Because like yes, we had what we had going on, but that's my friend. Like we were friends first, and then we're friends now. We're never gonna not be friends. And so, but as far as exes,
I mean,
we'll never be friends because
it depends on the situation.
they tried it. So you
depends
try
on the
'cause
situation,
even I feel like all my
circumstance,
exes we were friends first, and so when you do something that hurts me, you break my.
Oh, that's different.
Now you
Oh,
break
yeah, that's
my
different.
friendship.
Yeah, that's
And
different.
so now we can't even be friends now that the relationship is over.
got you.
Nah,
So,
that's different.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with no. I'm not friends with any of my exes.
I'm gonna go with no.
I'm gonna go with no.
So-
'Cause no.
I'm gonna go back to the first one we asked earlier. I'm gonna bring it to book. Have you been in love before?
Yeah, because you've been quiet.
Have you been friends with your exes before? Both questions. Answer both questions.
Oh, first off.
This man
I
hold the
had
pillow real tight right now.
Hold the pillow.
Took the pillow from Lindsay. Lindsay gave that pillow.
So
Like,
first
talk to me,
off,
baby. Talk to me. Tell me about it.
first off, I have been in love. I'm a lover boy. You call me
Certified.
certified.
Certified,
Baby Drake.
certified
I'm
child.
yes, I am. Yeah, I just was searching for love in all the wrong places. So when I was young, I was
So many
savage.
faces.
Yeah, so many faces.
Savage back
So
in
many
the day.
faces.
Listen, I tell her if we talking and we have a relationship, like if I got a relationship with you, I'm gonna tell you about like a lot of females always think like, yo, you look like you used to do everything. I'm like, nah, I'm chilling. Like back in the day, yeah, I keep it real. You gotta keep it real.
Yeah, you gotta keep it a
You
book.
gotta keep
Yeah.
it real.
You gotta keep it.
Agreed.
But are you friends with any of your exes?
Exes? Not say friends, but we keep it
Cordial.
cordial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do is keep
yeah.
it. You just gotta speak. You just gotta be talking. Nah, if they did something wrong to you, of course.
No, it's good. It's good. A lot of my exes, I don't really have too many exes, but they got boyfriends and they got kids and stuff with them. So I'm cool.
Stay
Cool
cordial.
with that.
You ain't gotta hate each other. I ain't got no
You buying baby
Yeah,
shower
it's like,
gifts
that's the
or-
thing.
I ain't got no hate in my heart. Oh, hell no. I ain't got no hate in my
boils
heart,
down
child.
to.
I ain't
No
no
hate,
baby
mama.
No
shower.
hate in my heart.
On top of that, like if I'm cool with your family,
Right.
a family where we had a match.
So prime example, she.
Are we like after we broke up with her? Are we staying tight with the family?
We family, yeah, baby, we family.
See, but the family gonna be cool with you.
Wow.
It's always there. Though.
Right. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
That was my question to her right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say it, we took each other like.
What's the
Are
question?
you friends with your exes?
Shoot, cause we family now, so you can't say nothing.
Oh yeah, you definitely
I
family.
mean, we cool.
Right, like we straight.
I mean, we cool. The voice crack.
I
The
just
voice
said you
crack.
at Thanksgiving dinners. And
Nah, anybody doing all that.
Cookouts.
We definitely.
Cool.
Anybody doing all that.
Who ain't doing this shit?
Homie, like, yeah.
Listen,
I mean, stop.
If the mother invite me to a cookout, I'm going.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
Because the mother ain't do nothing to me.
Period.
I'm cool with the
Amy
mama.
done sent me a few gifts for Christmas, child. I will never turn out a gift, honey.
I'm gonna go pick up baked goods.
I'm gonna go pick up some gifts.
I'm gonna go pick up some baked goods because mama can bake, okay?
Right.
Mama didn't do nothing to me.
Period. Because Amy done
And
gave
if
me
you got
a few gifts.
I'll make sure you're not
Someone
there.
might be in the kitchen helping mama cook them beans.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
Oh, no.
I ain't happy.
I'm gonna make
Yeah,
sure that
that's-
you're not
yeah.
there when I come.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna let, and cause your
You
mama
don't
know.
need to be there. What?
No.
But your mother might want to get y'all back together though.
Mama already know, cause mama know what he did.
Yeah,
Cause I'm
But what if he
Mama
didn't do
said, "Mama know
nothing
what
though?
you did."
I'm
But
telling
what if he didn't do nothing though? You know.
Oh no. They always do.
they always do.
Why they always do something? Why you gotta always blame the dude? The dude ain't always. It could be the
Nah.
female.
Because in my situation, they've always done something.
Oh, why?
Not my situation.
Wait a minute.
But I'm everybody at the dinner, you feel me? Like, hey, not my situation.
I'm speaking for she spoke first. She said in her situation it was her, and my situation.
Like I
it was
said, I
them.
don't know what I be doing, child. They just show back up. Like I didn't ask.
And they always gonna show
They
up.
always gonna show up.
Man, y'all real savages.
It's not savage, it's the truth. What you mean?
No, I ain't never showing back up. Fuck that.
I'm not pulling up.
You made me.
Like,
That's on you.
You not spinning no blocks?
no, I ain't gonna spin a block. It's brownies did, son.
Right, I'm spinning a block for
Yeah, J-Bo know for a brownie. I spin a block for that brownie. She know how to bake.
Yeah,
Bake good out
That's
there,
true. She
shorty.
can cook. Yeah, I might have to assimilate.
Cinnamon lemonade. Cinnamon lemonade. Crazy. Y'all crazy.
So wait, switching gears real quick. Imagine you love your partner to death, right? This is another question. Imagine you love your partner to like bits, but the sex isn't good. Like, do you tell?
I can't answer that.
That's a scenario.
That's a
Scenario.
Like, what do you
I'm glad
do?
you got into it. That's why
I don't
next
want to talk about it.
Or do
No,
you-
ain't no talk about it. You got
Glad
to
you
put
got
on the
that.
spot.
Oh,
No, that's important.
No, say it again for the people at home to hear.
So basically, when you love your partner, a lot of bits, like when you're in love, but the sex isn't good enough, do you say something? Or do you just kind of keep
Gotta
moving
say
on?
something.
No, you don't, it's a way to say something without saying something.
Yes, I feel like you have
Like you
to try
can
to teach
train
your
them
partner.
into what you want them to do.
If you don't love with that person, you gotta love doing what you love doing with that person. That.
I'm with you. I like how you said that. Though.
If you love that person, you're gonna love doing certain things to that person.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh yeah, I got you.
It depends if that's the basis though, because I can't agree with it.
You can't agree with nothing because boy,
This ain't no
Yeah, I can't-
conversation.
I
You can't go to the table on this one. You can't go to the table on this one, boo. You ain't invited to the table on this one, boo.
I
Sorry.
can't agree to none of that because if I love her, period. It doesn't
Yeah,
really matter.
but-
Well,
the rest of it is based
well,
off perception.
well.
And based off of perception, based off experience, that means
I do think that is true. That is true because your experience with sex is only what you want it to be. So
but it's
if you
also
don't-
based off what you've had with somebody else.
Exactly.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
But he's right. But
In a
at the
way,
end,
yes.
he's right. He's absolutely right because a relationship should not be based off of sex.
it is.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
not.
it's not.
It's
It's
not.
not. It's not. But let me tell you something. It's
It's-
not. But
it's
sex
not.
is very important.
That's
Sex
the last.
part-
That's
it's
the last
extremely
thing on the
important.
list, but it's an important thing on the list.
it's important.
It's very important.
Maybe not the last.
It's a soul
But
exchange.
It's very much a soul exchange. Like I believe in that.
So let me ask you this
You
then.
spend, hold on, you spend like a tenth of your relationship, less than that, in sex. Sex is
What sex
that-
you having?
It's a hormone.
Period.
That point
It
of
sound like
nirvana
tired,
or ejaculation only lasts 30 seconds. You have 24 hours in a day.
30 seconds.
I ain't in there.
That's when
good
everything
hours.
going. That.
Anyway, next question. J-Mo playing. Next question.
No, I'm so serious.
J-Mo playing.
It can happen
For
multiple
him,
times.
you about to be 30 seconds.
No, what I'm saying.
No. He's saying the peak of the moment is only
That,
30
30
seconds.
seconds.
Not the lead up.
Not-
The
I mean, for like
No,
the
I
first
know.
round. Next question.
I get what you're saying.
That is 30 seconds.
So let me say this though. So say if somebody's that a virgin, right? and they never had sex before till they get married, and they realize the sex it's trash.
You wouldn't know.
How would you know?
Because you
what are you comparing it to?
Yeah, that's very
what
true.
Are you comparing it to?
Let's
I'm comparing it to porn.
Let's hold on.
What?
This is why. Yes. This is why.
Oh, child. That's what you're comparing it to?
I'm just saying, you over here embarrassing and hitting. Yeah,
Hold on.
But you should not go
boy,
into
you
a
gonna
relationship
get
imagining something that's not really, it's fictional, you know?
Right.
That's what you would imagine it to?
No, I'm not mad.
I mean, no, everyone.
It's not me.
Like, everybody want to go into a relationship thinking like, oh, I got this Jada Fire, or I got this Pinky. You know what I mean? Like, but that's not, you can't think of it like that.
You won't know.
Now that I'm actually really thinking about it, I agree with J-Mo. Because in all situations, you're taking it back to comparing because I'm comparing it with person A. So if you think back to your very first person and you think about to the person that you were last with that you actually 100% enjoyed it to.
Right.
Yes, you're gonna say I enjoyed this last person more because you know your body more. You know what you like more. You know all of that stuff a little bit more as compared to your very first encounter.
That's very true.
But
You do.
You
do. And so as a bigger adult, you can't
So let me I'm gonna change the scenario real quick. I'm gonna change the scenario like before I answer. So let me ask you this. Would you rather be poor but in love or to be rich and not have your partner?
I'd rather be poor.
Before we answer that, that's a good question. We gotta take a break.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away.
All right, scenario. Give me your thoughts. Would you rather be poor but in love, or be rich but not have your partner?
Poor in love. So a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people can't do that.
A lot of people can't do that, especially nowadays. I can do that because I don't need you for
You
nothing.
can't be rich and be in love.
No.
That's not
You gotta go through the struggle with the person.
Yeah, you gotta go through it from
I ain't gonna
top,
hold it.
started from the bottom.
I might take that money for real.
That's
That's
why
Why you so quiet?
No, I'm not gonna take the buck.
why
I'm
you so
gonna
quiet.
take rich.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
take
poor.
the bucket.
I'm gonna take poor because that way we build in something, you know,
Right.
together.
What if your partner was less than fortunate, but you had the money? You know what I'm saying?
Then you're good.
We're gonna level up together.
Right.
I'm just talking about if you had, like that's the scenario. It's like, yo, all right, either that or that. Like you just, what would you rather have? Like, I mean,
I would rather have the love.
I'd rather
I'd rather have the love than the money.
If it's
'Cause I don't
out of
need you
those
for nothing.
what would you
and
say?
strictly, yeah, I would rather have the love.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the love.
Janae funny, she said.
Yeah.
She got a real quiet child. I was like, wait a minute.
Look at her face. Her face.
She was like, I don't know about that one.
Take that.
Yeah, I had a love before money
Right.
because at the end of the day, like, it's no guarantee that you're gonna have that money forever. You know what I mean?
No, that's a fact.
But the love, the foundation that you guys build together, that's gonna be forever. And you guys will come to some type of ground on how to build that money up
Right.
together.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a terrible example, but like Jeff Bezos and his wife, ended in divorce, child. But still, like they were selling books out their garage, and now look at them. Like, you feel me? She's the richest woman off of a divorce. Not saying that's the end goal, but I mean, they did it together, and look what it turned into. Like, you feel me?
I met a homeless guy, and he was living out of a tent. So he was living out of a tent. I sat, talked to him for a minute, found out that his wife and his child were in a hotel. I'm like, they're in the hotel, you're here. He's like, yeah, I go panhandle for money because they won't let anybody else in there. I go panhandle for money, and I pay and make sure they're good. And they stay together, now he doing good. So
Wow, that's
that was
That's deep,
that's deep. Yes.
That's love.
Yeah, that is
Straight love.
Like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
All right, another scenario.
The answer is no.
What would happen if he or she catch you talking to somebody else? What would you do in that situation?
If I caught somebody talking to somebody
Oh my God.
No, if they caught you.
so if they caught me talking to somebody
They
else,
caught you.
If they caught you in that
we're
situation,
talking how? Like, what am I talking about? What are we talking about?
it's just the like
You
they
mean
catch
like-
you talking.
Like talking to
Yeah,
get to know the person.
yeah, like
like
if they
like
catch
you
you,
planning on
like, hey,
cheating.
man, stop being stupid. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
You just add that question in there, didn't you?
Happy birthday.
Talk to me. Fuck that. I already know how she is.
Then go about some business.
Nah, I ain't gonna say it. I already know how.
No, I'm saying, but you,
If I caught somebody-
no, but I'm saying, but you already in that when you got caught. So how would you get out? What would you do?
I'm the one.
Yeah,
you
in
got
that.
caught.
That's never gonna happen.
Okay,
But
anyway,
if you-
anybody but J-Mo child. Anyway, next.
Hey, baby, what bag you want? Where you want to go?
Talk your shit, them.
What you want for dinner?
Right.
If you got caught,
If you got caught, like,
yeah.
you gotta find a way.
You gotta find a
Like for
way.
instance, like Kevin Hart, he got on film. Like
Baby,
I just
Shorty stole some-
finesse. I mean, not finesse.
No,
I would
that,
just,
But sometimes they not gonna
that's
take you back.
that's not what I meant to say.
That'd be with finesse.
That's not what I meant to say.
you better shed a tear. You better act like you care.
Oh my
But sometimes it don't
Please
work.
forget
bro.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
That was lonely.
Some women, that's not gonna work.
You gotta remember
Some
I'm
women
a
it's not gonna work. But at the end of the day, it's just like some women it's not gonna work. But
I was on
you
tour.
got. But at the end of the day, it's just like you gotta be like when you apologizing to your woman or your guy, you gotta make sure it's like all right.
Oh yeah, it's sincere.
It's sincere, and this is for real. The last
But if you
time.
shagging, you don't care, child.
We not
Yeah.
talking about shagging right
We're not talking about shag,
Let's
But
see
they always
the shagging,
deny
yo.
because why you talking to that person in the first place? You shagging.
but it
Not-
goes
yeah.
back. But it goes back to segment 2. It goes like sometimes that temptation is just.
There is no
And-
temptation.
and-
Either you doing it or you're not. Either you shagging or you're not.
No,
but sometimes, like for
like,
guys, like
it's-
sometimes
it
it's
is a
oblivious. Sometimes that shit
Yeah.
just goes.
Like I
It's
said-
not, you don't know what y'all doing. Y'all don't hit me.
Like I said-
don't hit me with that.
Nigga, you just like us.
You said you asked me.
Said enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I'm trying to learn what it is.
Yes, you is
me?
me, I is you.
Like, but sometimes,
Dang.
sometimes you just don't realize the situation that you're in until you're in that situation.
Oh no, I feel that too. Yeah.
You're not.
That's what I'm saying. Put yourself in that boat. Like, what would you do? That's what I'm saying. You already in it. You already. There's no
You
way
gotta take it on
around.
the chin.
So if that's the case, let's say I do.
I know. I want to hear what you
I'm
got to say.
singing. I am crying.
Why you
You're
singing?
Exactly.
Don't sing to me. I know he can't. But don't sing to me, child.
I'm doing everything. You want to go on a cruise? Where you want to go for?
Exactly.
Ain't no asking.
Pay for
Just tell them.
No, I ain't doing all that.
Gotta
Fuck,
do
I
it.
got caught. I just be like, look.
Yeah, I gotta
Janae
do
said,
it.
like Janae with me. Like when I got caught, it's just
But if
look.
that's the one I want to.
Janae quiet the whole
I'm
time.
not even gonna lie. The cancer in me would probably play the victim.
Yeah, y'all do.
The cancer in me, the
They play
cancer in
victim,
me
child.
would play the victim.
Cancer.
I would probably pull the.
You would pull the Easter.
I had this and this and this going on. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
I ain't playing the victim. I'm just like,
Oh my
I mean,
god.
shit.
Yep.
Nah,
You caught me.
you can play the victim, but
You caught me. You got me.
but you gonna have some type of.
I'm gonna have some
I mean,
remorse
like,
because
that's
the cancer in me is gonna be very, very sad that it happened. But I'm gonna pull the.
Trying
Oh my
finesse.
gosh, it was something. Whatever. I'm gonna
That's
pull
finessing,
whatever
that's
was going on in that moment.
That's finessing it.
That was going on in my life up here. I'm gonna pull it out and just use that as the
Right.
as the
The
thing.
dog died.
But that's why I would never get caught in that situation.
That's why a lot of y'all
because-
women be switching the Tory, making feel men feel like they be like in trouble.
Oh yeah, I always do that, child. But remember that time you
Yeah,
did
remember
that
that
shit?
time? Like, what? I ain't even do it. How you spin on me?
Yeah, they.
Then you walk away, boom.
Yeah, walk right tired of this shit. Drop the mic, boom.
Drop the mic, boom.
You like, damn.
Hell no.
Can't get no booty, you know?
No, you're not.
That's why. But that's why you don't do stuff like
That's why you don't put yourself
that.
in
That's why
a
you don't
situation.
put yourself in those situations to ever
Yeah,
get
don't
caught
just don't do it.
doing stuff.
Or
Because
baby,
then
you gotta
don't have
be,
to, you don't gotta play the victim. You don't gotta spend a bag on a bag. You don't gotta spend a bag on a cruise. You
Just
you
don't
can
do
keep
it.
your money.
I'm calling my past and everything.
If you just do right.
If you do the
Pray,
right
If you just do the right
pray
thing.
for us. Pray for us tonight.
Pray for
It's for the month.
Just think about it. Just think about it. If you never do anything, all you spending your money on is some flowers or some chocolate or some chips or
Don't
something
bring
that
that
I
shit.
like. You can give if you never do anything wrong. That's all you spending your money on
Yeah,
because
you
you just
enjoy
keep
it.
it. You just keep it with the positive things that I
Being
like.
consistent.
You never have to.
It's
Nah,
being
I ain't one
consistent.
of them women. Don't be
I
bringing
used to
those
not be one of those women until they got delivered to
It's
my
getting
house.
very much like where we want to eat.
That
You
too.
keep flowers, child. It's getting very much for its food. Like if you want to just make up for it, like
But,
feed me,
but,
child.
but when you come home from
I like
dinner, you got a
flowers.
nice bouquet of flowers sitting right there
It's
on your.
absolutely. It's unmatched. When
Oh
I come
no,
home,
like
when I
if
come home
it's
from
some
work.
unexpected, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
you never do anything wrong, you
Spontaneous.
never have to spend the bag on the cruise.
Like I'm gonna be honest with
Because
you.
if you come home with some flowers, I'm gonna think something wrong. I'm like, what did you?
Hey,
Like, what
you're
did you?
absolutely right.
But you know what I'm saying?
But
Don't come
why
home
do you
with
think
shit.
that?
Because
your
it's not
history
happening,
has
right? Because
taught you that.
At the end of the day, it was just like,
It's random.
listen, like even like with my wife, I could do some dumb shit, right? Back in the days, I still do dumb shit. Like, even
Look at her face. Even like
back
she
in the
here,
days,
y'all.
even back in the days, I do some dumb. I go buy some nice ass flowers. I ain't talking about no Safeway, no giant flowers. I'm talking about I'm going all in. Even though she know you done this something, you bring these flowers to her. I bring it to her job.
That's even worse.
Is that?
Because everybody
Listen, hold on.
Everybody
sees it.
Because you went out your way.
So everybody gassing that up like, oh my goodness.
Tim them butchy flowers, girl.
You like, what did this nigga do? Is the question. Like, what did he do?
But she's not thinking about that. Like, it's.
Now she just feeling all woman fuzzy because all her girls.
Because everybody didn't acknowledge the fact that her
Shake her
baby
head like,
was-
I'm automatically thinking something wrong.
She, but it'll come back to me like 2 days later. It's like, oh, don't forget, you did some shit.
But is the comeback calmer or is the comeback more aggressive?
It's more aggressive, but I can take it though.
Because 2 days later, you already, you know what I'm saying, you preparing yourself.
I'm already mentally, I'm ready.
It's giving you
Because
time
the
to make
flowers
sure.
have been posted on Instagram and Snapchat
The
and
damage is
Facebook.
done. The damage is done.
Yeah.
It's giving you more time to prepare
Alright,
what you
so
get
it's
yourself
like,
into.
alright.
It is.
to prepare the argument.
And I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Before we close, though, I'm gonna wrap it up like this. I'm like everybody. Give me your ideal example of a date. So Jamie,
You don't
first.
gotta be
I go first. I can go first. My date, one date, I like my ideal date. It's gotta be fun, something fun. Like we can probably go karting into like paint and sip, because paint and sip lead to we get a little drinking. You know, you get the little movement going, and he's like, okay, we doing after. We get food after. That's cool.
Mine's is, you know what's crazy? All of my dates or boyfriend, my first ones, I take them to go hoop. I'm dead ass. I'm so serious. Like we go hoop and then we go eat and then we chilling. Like
You're
that's
going straight for the jugular.
because I want to see what you got. Like I mean,
the nigga can hoop.
right?
That's what you tell a lot
Like no,
about
but
it,
like
man.
no, it's not even that. It's just like that's what I love to do. And if they like express that they like that doing too, like going to hoop.
But they go back to doing what another person like to do.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
going back to the same, you reverting back to the same type of guy.
No,
That's what
what
she
nigga
likes.
don't
though.
like
That's
the hoop?
what
What you mean? Like what you mean? Like,
That's what she like to do.
I like to.
that's why I like the hoop. Like
I'm
we
a
hoop.
hooper, so
Right.
I want to go to a game, or I want to.
Let's go play one-on-one. Let's go shoot.
I'm coming to your game, or
Let's
we
shoot.
going to an NBA game,
Right.
we going to a college game. We doing
No,
something.
I'm like I'm
I
gonna
did
go
it.
shoot.
We
Like,
doing
you
an
gotta play. Like
You just
yeah.
want to see the nigga shoot.
You want to see if you can shoot?
So,
Then we go out to eat with you.
so what's your ideal of a date?
I want to do something fun. I don't want to go. I want to eat because I want to.
We like to eat.
But the eating doesn't have to be we sitting down there with Chris. We can
Right.
go do something fun, and we can walk down
Chick-fil-A.
Fells Point, and we can grab pizza. Or
Right,
we
it don't
can
gotta
go.
be good.
We can go do something
Not too
calm.
much.
But the activity needs to be the highlight of the date.
Period.
Not the restaurant.
You gotta see
because
how funny he is.
I can go to a
Exactly.
restaurant by myself.
Right.
Quite frankly, I do that on my own.
Her.
I don't need you to do that for me.
Tim, what's your? I know you extravagant.
What you scared?
You skip yourself, buddy.
I'm going last.
Okay.
My ideal date, man.
Miami.
It's
Yeah,
nothing
food
flying
out
to
for the
Miami for a
weekend.
whole couple hours
I know.
and eating, but my ideal date, she's.
I'm looking at her. That's why I'm laughing. I'm sorry.
It's
Go
hard.
ahead.
He a cheat code.
No.
I'm not messing with it. Guys, don't
No,
compare.
my ideal is something spontaneous, like, because me and my wife, we have two different schedules. Like, we are both very busy, so it's just a matter of us getting on the same schedule with each other, say, hey, let's plan a trip to go to Philly for a day. Let's go have dinner.
Yeah.
Let's go smoke some hookah. Let's go
Just
smoke
random,
cigars. Let's go, you know what I mean? Like,
Play Uno
Girl,
together.
my
let's
mom.
pick-
Period. Like
but
pretty much.
little stuff like that. Let's go have a. She like picnics. I'll take off for the day, or I'll work from my phone. We can have picnics together. You know what I mean? Like, so little stuff like that. That you know, that plays a major part, like in my marriage or whatever the case is.
I just want to chill.
Yeah.
I do much.
Like I'm a homebody, so
Right,
I like to
exactly.
sit in the house, watch movies,
And chill.
and cook dinner. That would be my more ideal date, but I have to think about it from my spouse perspective.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
she like to dress up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She like for me to
She's
take
a
pictures.
Right.
She like to take pictures. I don't like to take no pictures or whatever
I'm
the
the
case
same way,
is,
dog.
but
I'm the same way.
that's what I gotta do. to make her feel like she's complete for that date.
I like that.
What about,
I do too.
What about you, Nate?
I would say mine is like doing something definitely spontaneous, but something that's like on the competitive side, like you know, you
like playing
going
ball.
that,
Or going to, like,
playing
main
ball,
event or something.
X throwing.
Yeah.
Wait,
what?
That sounds fun though. Excellent.
Yeah, like something, yeah, like going to main event or something, like something fun.
Rock climbing, something like that. Like, yeah. But then, you know, just going to go get some food and then having like a very good like talk. Like, you know, just us just vibing for real. Like, I like that. And then we go home and
You feel me?
Hey.
Like, that's the areas I'm talking
All right, real
about.
quick, Jay, before you get out of here. Real quick before you.
So this is ideal first date.
Yeah, I did.
first date?
No.
Ideal date.
Jay always want to take.
just a date.
Just a date.
Just ideal date.
It'd be a combination of my imagination and what she likes to do. So if she says she likes picnics,
The hell
I've
did you
been to multiple states, multiple countries where I would like to have a picnic in. So either we're going here or here because you like picnics. I think
You
this
setting
is
the
nice.
bar too high.
Right, you said this too hard. Y'all hear this, right? Y'all said this.
I mean,
I'm crazy.
J-Mo
That's
and
my
Tim's
mind.
combination of a date is like,
Extreme.
I don't need that much.
this is the Chico fellas, so take notes.
Period.
But when I get back home, like my wife and me talking about, well, let's go for a date at the Burj Khalifa, like, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause you talking about traveling, taking, you know, picnics and shit like that.
I like to
I didn't
travel.
even do the Eiffel Tower and like, let's take this picnic basket that we got for our wedding. You know what I mean? Like,
John, what about you?
John,
What you want to do?
so what's your ideal
I'm
date?
just,
I did.
I'm just spontaneous and I'm just a homebody. So.
Child, please. I heard about your days, John.
John,
Go on,
please.
explain.
come on, John.
Go on, John.
Yeah, all right.
Speak,
I
nigga.
mean, I
Go to Grill Mart,
yeah, grill marks, you know what I'm
Yeah, that
saying?
shit good though.
jazz players.
Shit. Go to jazz.
I like jazz.
I like to dance a little bit.
Jazz
So I like to dance a little bit. I could do like a nice little
Little two-step.
clumb, little
You a little
dance.
two-step.
That's a move.
But save for another
No,
time.
nigga.
The boy got knowledge party coming soon. Check me out.
Are you serious?
But anyway, y'all.
John Cappy right now, y'all.
He is,
He's
child.
a very spontaneous person.
Yes.
Oh, chill, B. Don't put me out there like that, yo. Yo, but for real, I'd like to thank all y'all, you know, from the bottom of my heart. I mean, this is something that's real special. Like Tim for showing up. I mean, I know when he came in, he dropped some very, very good knowledge. You know, a new member, Ebony, came in here, picked out where he left off. I'm happy when she came in to join us. You know what I'm saying? And this is, stay tuned for the next episode. We out.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay,